kicker Brandon McManus about ready to get us started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. This fielded right at the goal line. Under center for the Vikings, out comes the former Michigan State Spartan and longtime veteran Kirk Cousins.
Not bad for a fourth-round draft pick. Well over 100 career starts now. And the chemistry with his top targets, really on point. They spend a lot of time in practice and after practice making sure the routes are run well, and he knows exactly where they're going to be on the field. And when they get open, he delivers.
They start the drive with Cook. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. 2nd and 10. Throwing is Cousins. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it. But he is able to keep the feet in bounds. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's Cousins. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Now Cousins. That's complete to K.J. Osborne. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 2nd and a couple. On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. On this one, that may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. On play action, Cousins. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 40. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10, right at the 40. Meanwhile, Cousins' throw taken in by Hockenson here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, Cousins. Looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Cousins. Touchdown, Vikings! Kirk Cousins on the connection to Justin Jefferson. And the Vikings will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. And oh, it's blocked. This is going the other way. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
There's a blocked extra point. I remember playing, and we had one of those go against us. I remember our kicker and our holder told the head coach, just relax, coach. Why are you yelling? Don't worry, it's just 1 point. Oh, my. Those coaches see a point is gold to them because you never know how it's going to turn out later.
Exactly. That's why I was just going to say 1st quarter. We'll see if this has any implications as the game goes on.
I still can't believe they told the head coach to relax. Whoa.
Bad move. Following the botch PAT, they're set to kick this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That one good for 37 yards. 6-0 our score after 1. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Flacco fakes the give, sets to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Operating out of the gun, Flacco. Looking for Fitzgerald, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2nd down, Cousins. Pass caught here by Osborne. And he's got a 1st down following a pickup of about 13 as we will take a pause here for the 2-minute warning. Here's Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 2nd and 6. To throw is Cousins. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Cousins on 3rd and 2. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. 1st down. Here's Cousins. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage protocol and see if they can get their offense back on track.
To the air again, it's Cousins. Finds his man. There's Jordan Addison. That almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down. From here, this would have been a 48-yarder, but no, they're going to go for it. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say, we'll see what happens. 4th down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph from Minnesota. The kick by Joseph is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. That's laid out deep for Rice. It's caught inside the 25. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on. All right, so we skip the rest of halftime and get set for the third quarter.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Giants offense set to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Flacco. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards. They fake the handoff. Now Flacco to pass. That's caught downfield by Kittle. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the run. That one goes for 36 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll run with Lynch. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Marshawn Lynch taking it in from a yard out. And the Giants are back within a score.
And maybe that's the magic touch right there. They didn't use him at all in the first half, at least running the football. But here they entrust him with some work down in the red zone, and he responds. 1 carry, 1 touchdown.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is down to 2. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
A second down throw for Cousins to Jefferson on the slant. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Throwing, Cousins. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll try to get something going with Marshawn Lynch. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
They'll get 34 yards there.
He just had the feeling that sooner or later someone was going to come up with that one play. Neither team has really done a whole lot offensively, But here's one that pays off to the tune of big yardage, and it's one that could maybe.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 20. And they'll send the slot in motion left.
He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there. And they'll go backwards right away.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throwing is Cousins. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to gather the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw.
Open man downfield is Rice.
Touchdown, Giants! Jerry Rice, 48 yards.
And the Giants have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. Charles, I think you and I both agree these guys were outplayed in that first half, and the scoreboard reflected that, but they've come out since halftime. They've looked like a different team.
And it makes you wonder what was said and done in that locker room, because they've made some nice adjustments, and they're executing better. I think they got some fiery guys on that sideline that had a few things to say at the half, and now they've come out with a vengeance.
We have played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. In trouble, and he's taken down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starting in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line.
Well, that was a 3rd and long run, and to me, that was just a wave the white flag kind of a situation. Obviously, they don't want to risk the chance of throwing it downfield and risking a turnover in this section of the field.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset.
Here we go. This is 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Again, they run again. It's McCaffrey. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Giants are able to build on to their fourth-quarter lead. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
McManus's point after is good, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. So Cousins and the Vikings down by 12. Just over a minute 40 to play. Now Cousins completes this to Jefferson, and they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming up. Cousins. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
If this offense can't get it done, they'll think back to just a few plays and say to themselves, this was a winnable game, and we let it get away. Still a chance to save it, but time's definitely running out.
Now Cousins. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Giants are close to finishing off this football game. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get through and protect the ball. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. How about this? Flacco setting to throw it to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
They shake, and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Joe Flacco taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Giants have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
I'd have to say we're all a little bit surprised there because at his age, with his speed, or should I say lack thereof, the only rushing touchdowns I would expect are on quarterback sneaks, but here he found all of his guys covered. He said, why not? And by the way, if that doesn't fire up your team to see the veteran like that risking his body for the touchdown, I don't know what will.
Extra point from McManus is good, and that will make this a 19-point game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares?
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. That right there, Charles, is your exclamation mark. They already had the nice lead on their way to a victory, but one final touchdown here to widen the margin late in the 4th quarter.
Let's make it pretty simple. When you can seemingly score at will, why wouldn't you take advantage of being in that zone and getting one more to cap off this game.
McManus now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Set to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
The former third overall pick, Quentin Williams, there to bring him down.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
And the pressure gets to him again. Ray Nitschke in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a third and long.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often
Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure. And he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
And Richardson will throw to start out here.
He finds Aguilar over the middle. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. He's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. You don't see that a ton, do you? With the quarterback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, here's Richardson. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that. I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Now it's Richardson. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I know that rookie quarterbacks have to earn veteran receivers' trust. Maybe we saw that on that play with that type of effort, huh?
Yeah, helping out the rook with a heck of a catch. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 31, here's a 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Done. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This one I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Well, this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football. As they've got it, looking at a 4th down and 2. They'll try and run for it. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. He needed 2. He barely got back to the line of scrimmage. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. 1st and 10 here for Flacco. Got a man, it's Jerry Rice. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, Carolina. Jerry Rice, 73 yards. And the Panthers post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. After a fairly uneventful first quarter, that last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The first quarter almost felt like a feeling out process, didn't it? Both teams, okay, what are we going to do? Looks like they ramped things up just a little bit to start the second quarter.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
On second down, here's Mitchell. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That second down play nets a -4. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the...
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. inside the 20. And he will bring this one back. It's a big 6 for a Panther touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
McManus's point after is good, and it's now 14-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Tampa Bay offense set to go again. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. From the 29, here's second down and 3. Now Richardson back to throw it. He finds his man, complete. That's done. Calling a gain of a yard, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. Richardson looking to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have the Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Richardson looking to throw this. Caught. It's Wilson. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be second down. Here's Richardson to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Richardson. That one behind his receiver, and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. This is taken around the 12. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The Panther offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. And with a 14-0 lead, they may just try to get this to the locker room. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Passing play, Flacco. Open man, that's Gronkowski down the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 23 yards, the final tally. Barring a flag, final play here for Flacco and company. And again, he'll find Gronkowski complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Okay, Brandon, back to you guys in just a moment. But welcome everyone to our Creative Village Studios in the EA Sports
ready for quarter number 3.
The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break. But I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He will score. Touchdown, Carolina. Well, people still trying to get back to their seats from the concession stand here at the start of the 3rd quarter, and boom, we got points on the board.
And you just identified why the bulk of stadiums have increased presence in the concession areas, right? TVs, loudspeakers, so people can still follow the game. And right now, they're bummed out that they missed that big return to start this half.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 21-0. And what a job there by all 11 on the kick return. The blocking excellent. The return excellent. The result, 6 points. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
This taken in right around the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. Second down.
Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Richardson on 3rd and short.
Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ty Law. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet. And they're kind of forced to take a few chances here. And that one, it backfired in a big way.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final day?
And now off to the races, down the right side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 28 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. It's done.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. Well, that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And I mean, you're at the point here, 3rd quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10.
Now Richardson.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Fourth down, desperation time. Here's Richardson. And he's going to have the Bucs first down as they get it rather easily there. A gain of 9 on 4th and 3.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Again, it's Richardson. Open man is Musgrave, the tight end.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here. Big.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence.
And it looks like the Panthers hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Flacco here on 2nd down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Whoa, Flacco's going to throw. Gronkowski's got it on the crossing route. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can't he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there.
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play, but in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come out of the bench and get a chance to run. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here, and that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play, but sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
Richardson, and he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Returnable here from the 38. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the
kicker Brandon McManus about ready to get us started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment. Running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Stroud. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
He'll take it at the 42. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. 58 yards, the distance covered on the punt return. And the Colts get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, they were going to get excellent field position either way. They had pinned them deep, but that's even better.
So in other words, being comfortable with field position, that was going to be okay. But sometimes being greedy is the right way to go. And boy, they take it all the way back, put it in the end zone. A great way to get started for them.
McManus's point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And it'll come out to the 25 as King opts for the touchback. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. And drive number 1 for them was a punt. We'll see what drive number 2 holds here.
And oftentimes you think to yourself, okay, 2nd possession, let's go ahead and open things up.
And right away, he lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason when we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. So the Colts in great position here as they get things started. They'll be led out by their veteran QB, the former Delaware Blue Hen, Joe Flacco.
Remember when the conversation was, is Joe Flacco elite? Well, at one point, he was elite enough to not only win a Super Bowl, but be named the MVP of that game. And for a time, one of the top-paid quarterbacks in the league. Not bad for a young man who transferred to Delaware from Pitt while in college. This guy has had a great career. Not many chances now to lead an offense, but still capable if put on the field.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Derrick Henry, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. But just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Desmond King to return it from his end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Heading out as the Texans offense. Set to take over here. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now, first down. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Another carry for Pierce. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Stroud on 3rd down now. That's Kalijah Cansey in to get him down.
Oh, boy, he got a favorable spot there. The guys on the sidelines were raising their hands over their head and clasping their hands to signal safety. But the official marked it just outside the end zone at the 1-yard line.
And he'll take it on this side of midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Inside handoff, Henry. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5. Henry up the middle. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A give to Henry. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown first half. And the Colts take a 3-touchdown lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Now McManus for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. King going to look to bring it out. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. And now out comes Houston. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but that's about it. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's 3rd and 10. Going for it with Pierce. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. Good returns on the last drive. He hit the end zone for the second time. Good returns in this first half, really.
Yeah, good returns for his team. Really good returns for the guy. And you know where I'm
fantasy.
Going right. Those fantasy guys who have him on their team, they're rejoicing right now. And they have a high expectation that what they've seen already will continue.
You talk about fantasy line, but you don't. Why don't you just play? You don't.
I'm not good enough to play the fantasy game. I enjoy watching you do it.
You're an analyst. You're an expert.
I mean, you were a champ last year. Keep it up.
Man, it's caught inside the 10. And finally down it goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a gain of 34. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Setting up to throw, Flacco. Caught on the left side, Fitzgerald. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Larry Fitzgerald in the final seconds of the first half. And the Colts would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 28-0. So not much much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. King going to look to bring it out. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. Well, time is of the essence. We breeze through halftime, and we are ready for the second half. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. And the Colts going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD. And now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
2nd and 5. Again, it's Henry. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 114 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. A first down carry for Henry. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run with Sanders. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
McManus's point after is good, and that makes this 35-0 now. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. King going to look to bring it out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And he loses the football a second time. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Henry. Down to the 22-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Flacco. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down. Here's Flacco. And that will be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And it'll come out to the 25 as King opts for the touchback. And here comes the Texans now. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. And this offense on 3rd down today, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing now is Stroud. And that's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taken in at the 22. And there he goes again. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. King going to look to bring it out. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Take it at the 37. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly as that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. King going to look to bring it out. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Stroud looking to throw. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. Stroud to throw it. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, "Hey, we're up 50. Why not go for 100? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided.
How about this? Flacco setting to throw it. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one...
Kicker Brandon McManus about ready to get us started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
Tell you what, partner, he might just be a rookie, but he certainly looks the part of a veteran NFL starter, and he carries himself like one leading the offense out there. In a lot of ways, he is advanced as a first-year quarterback, and he came in and was right at home with this offense.
On first down, Bajan. He gets it complete to A.T. Perry. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards on the play.
That's a good start to the ball game. Maybe a little bit of a tone setter offensively. They come out throwing right away, and it's an early completion and a quick first down.
Stays on his feet, and he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Throwing here, Bajan. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. Throwing now, Bajan. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Down to the 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Patriot defense has a touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back to the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Extra point from McManus is good, and that makes the score 7-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Howie Long, like an out-of-control broken arrow, getting in for the sack. Not the start to this one, but any quarterback would want a revision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
Yeah, and you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
And the Giants send out their punter now, standing just about on his own goal line. And taken at the 46. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. Flacco off play action. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback, a former Blue. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Larry Fitzgerald, 43 yards. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early, give you the first score. And then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game. They always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. And New York set to take the field. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Play action. Now Bajan. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Elijah Cansey showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
Well, if the goal is to get back into this game, The offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Chris Jones, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again, 3rd and long now. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And the Giants send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. A solid stiff arm. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A great play there. 31 yards. And the Patriots have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, he's regarded as one of the best athletes among NFL tight ends, Charles, and it certainly was on display right there.
And as we've seen this league continue to grow and develop, I think the tight end position is becoming harder and harder to defend because now it's elite athletes playing that position, not just the big guys who can block. How about his ability to get downfield and make plays against any defense?
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. And now out come the Giants. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
Second down, they go again with Henry. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Back to throw, Bajan. Buying time to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Kalijah Cansey. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And the Giants send out their punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taking on the midfield logo. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And this offense, they've got it set up on the silver platter. 1st and goal inside the 10. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Derrick Henry, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Patriots are able to add on to their first half lead. It's not too often that you say, hey, this one's going to be over by halftime. And, CD, I know our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away. But this one might be over by halftime.
And since you've already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. Well, Charles, I mean, things just seem to be getting worse and worse for one sideline. Or flip it over. After that fumble return for a touchdown, better and better on the opposite end. What an impressive first-half performance.
And, partner, I know the saying in the NFL goes that no lead is safe, but I will say that this one seems pretty secure. And if we continue to see plays like that, I'm going to switch back and say this lead is safe.
McManus's point after is good, and that makes this 35-0 now. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The New York set to take the field. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And, you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Bajan. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
Forced out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Kalijah Kancey able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Patriots take over. The Patriots with the football here late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. They'll run it again with Henry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout, and they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission. Derrick Henry. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Derrick Henry as time expires in the first half. And the Patriots would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Well, my education continues in this game, I've got to tell you, because there's not an analyst in the world that would have said pass up the field goal here, go for it, and expect for it to be successful, and it was. I mean, they're playing this one just like a video game.
Especially for the final play of the first half to have the guts to do that. But I guess, what do we say? The end will justify the means, right?
No doubt about it. For you and me, we live, we learn.
All right, BG, thanks very much. And welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. It was Derrick Henry, as he normally does, making his impact felt in that first half. He had a nose for the end zone as he wound up with 2 touchdowns
Welcome
on
back.
the ground
Halftime over.
in those
We are
first 2
ready
quarters.
for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. So he'll be looking to get in the end zone again. Had the touchdown, as you see, last drive on 4 carries. And during the break, we were looking at some of the replays from the previous drive. Really good holes created, great space.
Yeah, I like the observation you had, though, during that break about, okay, they've got to do something to slow down their runners. So is it bringing in more defensive linemen? Is it dropping in extra linebackers? What are you going to do? Personally, I'm going to take my safety and drop him into the box. I'm going to have at least 7 in there until he shows that he can beat me through the air. Yeah. I've got to slow down the running.
I was just going to say, you'll take the exposure in the passing game over the top until you can prove it. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Joe Flacco. And the Patriots are pouring it on. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or 2? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They begin with Henry. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Javon Hargrave there on the stop. They work now on 2nd and 9. Henry out of the pistol. And down he'll go at the 25. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
9 yards. First down, New York.
A shotgun handoff to Henry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. To throw is Bajan. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now it's Henry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to lose yardage here. As they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Taking it about the 36. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So the Patriots coming out now.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives. And I'm sure that they would like to.
Derrick Henry all alone. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
McManus now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown.
Taken at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
And New York set to take the field.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Can't get away, and he's taken down. Chris Jones able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Bajan.
Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And the Giants send out their punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Taken right around the 44. There he goes left side. And they're going to finish this one off strong. It's a return touchdown to add on to their lead in the final stages. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
McManus's point after is good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
And New York set to take the field.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that's taken on his own 46. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. New England's offense set to go. CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. This has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game, well decided a long time ago.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play?
Going back to their AFL days in the 1960s. The Chiefs and Raiders are underway. Now Hester will get a shot. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their 6'4" QB from the University of Tennessee. It's Joshua Dobbs.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice, because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Tomlinson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Quentin Williams drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And taken right on the 30. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a quarterback, a longtime signal caller in the National Football League, former Super Bowl MVP Joe Flacco.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now, because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want. But this guy, he is hard to corral.
Flacco. And he finds Gronk. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Now Flacco. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted But it winds up falling incomplete. Not the warmest starts throwing the football. He was 1 for 3, now 1 for 4 on the opening drive.
So getting him comfortable is the key. And for him, it might be different than what we think is comfortable. We're probably thinking swing pass.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And the Raiders will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Dobbs looking to throw on first down.
I think this one went awry very simply because he underestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want...
And Henry going to bowl his way in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
You think back to some of the great goal line bruisers of the past, the Earl Campbells, the John Riggins, the Marshawn Lynches. I think you can put Derrick Henry right in that group as he scores there with another patented Derrick Henry run.
Extra point from McManus is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Here comes Devin Hester bringing it out. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. Here's Dobbs to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Chiefs offense set to go. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think.
It got his man complete. A big play there for KC. 41 yards.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover and put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. Flacco's throw pulled in by Gronkowski. 15 more yards there and quickly another 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st down, Flacco. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands but could not hang on. Flacco will take to the air again. Wide open, Gronkowski. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Called that a very strong gain of 24.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown. Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Setting up to throw, Flacco. And again, he'll find Gronkowski complete. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Rob Gronkowski taking it in. And the Chiefs have taken a 2-touchdown